You're listening to the Ask Drone U podcast. You ask, we answer your drone questions. Whether you're here to turn your passion into profit or you simply fly for fun, we're a community of learners and teachers who aspire to achieve greatness. We are
Drone U.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another very informative episode of Ask Drone U as we talk about what should you be doing once you have your drone and once you've been practicing. And the answer is going to be a little heated because it's something that I see this problem over and over and over again with drone pilots. So I'm actually kind of stoked to answer this question. So today's question brought to you by our friends at the Drone U community. If you didn't get a chance to sign up for the Drone U Fly-In, you may want to sign up right now, droneuflyin.com. Why? Because there are only like 10 spots left. Okay, thanks. Let's hear the question.
In a mood.
Hi guys, my name's Terry. I am from Middle Tennessee. Just starting out and getting a drone business or somewhat thereof going. First question, I guess, would be, I'm sure this has been answered several times, but what would be the best thing starting out? I already have my Phantom 4 Pro. I'm working on my 107. I've got insurance on my drone already as far as full coverage. What would be my next step? Would it be buying a computer and working on my videography? Would it be practicing my drone, which I'm trying to get plenty done, but there's a lot of rain these days? What exactly is my next step? I know I've got several small steps on top of this. Even though I'll get the 107, I know I'm not through and got a long way to go, but just curious. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Terry, thank you very much for your question. You know, the struggle is real, Paul. He's not alone out there. Before you get started, because I'm scared. I'm a little worried, so I want to say a few things. Anyways, what I want to say, Terry, is that the first thing that you've got to do is figure out. So let's go back and figure out your why. What do you like? Do you like being by yourself? In which case, maybe you go do landscape photography and videography out in the middle of nowhere and try to sell that. Mm-hmm. Or do ranches. Or like our partner Vic does. I mean, he does stuff like new buildings, and so there's not a lot of people involved in that. Or do you like being around a lot of people? Maybe you do festivals safely, obviously. Maybe you get involved in an action sports industry where there's a lot of fun people and you want to be a part of that and you're filming people on the move doing really cool stuff. Maybe you like the technical side of it, and so you want to dig into mapping and you see the value of all the kind of things that you can do with mapping and how you can help people improve their businesses and help people help their clients. And there's just so many things that you can do. But before you get into all the minutia that I think you're looking for help on, you've got to figure out what in the world do you want to do with your business. And so that is the first thing I would tell you to do. Figuring out the computers and even the drones to buy and what kind of SD cards to use, that stuff is all pretty simple. Storage, you can figure that out with various Googles. And so, you know, we can help you with that as well. But you've got to figure out what drives you. Otherwise, it's probably not going to be successful.
Woo! Are you done?
Well, I could go on, but I won't.
All right. Well, I think it's good that he asked the question because I think a lot of people are thinking it and very few people have the cojones to ask the question.
Thank you for saying that.
So you're welcome for saying that. I will say that, are you familiar with mind mapping? I think mind mapping is the first step because unless you have a plan, you plan to fail. So planning is number one. Everything that Rob just said is great, but you need to create a mind map. I like to use programs like MindMeister.com. I actually figured out I pay $100 a year for it, but I love MindMeister because it really helps me organize my thoughts. I would make a mind map, and in your mind map, you're going to talk about what your business is. And you need to definitely start with why you started the business. Then you're going to discuss what type of jobs you want to go after. Mm-hmm. Then you're going to discuss who has those types of jobs. Then you're going to discuss not only who has those types of jobs, but what types of associations, professional associations, and networking events do those people go to. Then you're going to go back to the very center of your business plan, and you're going to say, okay, you've talked about what jobs you want to go after. You've talked about why you want to go after them. You've got the equipment. Now you're going to talk about how you go after them, because this is really what I want to talk about, is that so many people, like, they work on their skills, they work on their knowledge, they don't work on their business. You can either work in your business or you can work on your business. And if you work in your business for too long, your business ain't going to go anywhere because you haven't been working on it. You haven't been making that plan. And that's why it's so important to figure out, how am I going to go after these jobs? Am I going to email people? Am I going to buy an email list of this type of group of people and see what happens? Am I going to go to networking events and try to make relationships with these people? Am I going to do demonstrations for these groups and try to throw my own parties to really stir up business myself? What are you going to do to build a business for your company? It's a good question, right? Because that's what you should be thinking about right now. Am I going to set up a system where I start a CRM, I reach out to people, I create an autonomous list? Am I going to create a list of 10 reasons why to work with Joe Schmo's drone company? And here's the 10 problems I've solved. Create a PDF, send it out to people, then a video, then make a website, then email people about that website, collect email addresses, and then email those people for potential leads. Maybe that's what you should do. Well, there's a lot of different paths that you should go. And depending on what path is right for you, well, that answer isn't always the clearest. I would recommend the book Traction. Traction is all about the different, I think it's like 14 or 19, I can't remember, marketing outlets that you have and how to systematically go after all of them and create systems to go after them. And it talks about what types of audience are good for that type of marketing. So really important that you're working on your business. Where is it coming from? And this is something that everyone should be working on all the time. Where is your next business coming from?
Absolutely.
I'm just going to leave it there. I could rant and rant and rant, but there's just no point.
It's a really big question, and yeah, I think that's a great place to start. And mind maps are absolutely a fantastic way to get everything in your mind onto a piece of paper and kind of see the flow of how things work and how things interact. That's actually a great way that you can look at it and know what to do next, because that's what a lot of people ask is, I don't know what to do first, and then I don't know what to do next. Well, a mind map can help with that.
True.
Absolutely.
True. Totally can. On that bombshell, that is going to do it for today's show. My name is Paul.
And I'm a Rob.
This is Ask Drone You.